What's going on with the economy, geopolitics, and future trends? Gerald Celente stops by to give us his take on what's going on. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Silver Bullion Television, SBTV. I'm your host, Patrick Vieira, part of the outreach team of Silver Bullion here in Singapore, where we want to help you truly secure your wealth. Gerald Celente joins us today. Gerald is the founder and director of the Trends Institute and the Trends Journal. Gerald is also the author of the highly acclaimed and best-selling book, Trend Tracking, and also Trends 2000. And with the 40-year plus track record of identifying, tracking, and forecasting trends, Gerald is world-renowned as today's #1 trends forecaster. And we're delighted to have Gerald join us once again today. It's time to saddle up and silver up for Gerald Celente. Gerald, welcome back to SBTV. How are you doing?
I'm fine, but to see what's going on in the world breaks my heart. And I have to write about it. I write about it, read about it every day, for the Trends Journal magazine, which is a weekly, and it's heartbreaking. It's just heartbreaking to see the slaughter going on of the Palestinian people day after day after day, and stealing my money as an American taxpayer to keep killing these people. So you ask me how I'm doing, that's how I'm doing. And it's a freak show all over the world. You got one freak after another running a government near you.
Gerald, I want to start off with exactly that, your Trends Journal, a recent cover from it. From dirty cash to digital trash, CBDCs equals no privacy. We spy on you. All of which are today's red flags of tomorrow's reality. Gerald, why isn't the world getting it right? As you say, the freak show.
People don't know what's going on. They listen to the mainstream media in the country where they live, and they swallow the crap being sold to them. They don't have we used to say in the Bronx, people don't know about shit. And that's what it is. Did Taylor Swift have sex last night? I mean, that's what they know about. They don't know what's going on in the world. So they do what their politicians tell them to do. You stand 6 feet apart. You wear this mask. All right? Remember these masks? Remember this? Everybody walking around with these? And you read what it says on the box. Let's see. These masks do not eliminate exposure to the risk of any disease or infection. I'm the politician. I'll tell you what to do, all right? I'm in charge. You're nothing but a piece of crap. That's what's going on all over the world. And the people, I'm a Republican. I'm a Democrat. I got a mind that big. I listen to what they tell me to do. One country after another. Look at the freak show. Look at the little clown they just brought over there in Germany. Maersk. Oh, where did he come from? Oh, BlackRock? BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street. These venture capitalists own 88% of the S&P 500. And what's Germany doing? Oh, they're only in recession now for 2 years. The largest economy in the world. We're going to borrow $1 trillion to fight those Russians. And we're going to build up our infrastructure so they can hold up the tanks. Oh, this is Germany. You like World War I? Nah, maybe you like World War II with the Germans, huh? Oh, the Germans that killed over 25 million Russians in Operation Barbarossa in World War II. And France, UK, Nordic countries, all building up their defense. All a waste of money because the next war will be nuclear annihilation. So all they're doing is they're enriching, even what Maersk said, they call it the military-industrial complex. You're not building the economy up. Economies get built up when the products that you make are bought by consumers. These products being made, bombs, bullets, planes, tanks, They only enrich the military-industrial complex. But that's the stupidity of what's being sold throughout Europe, is that they're building up their military to build up their economies. And they're going deeper in debt.
Yeah, that part it's a bit troubling because, it seems just a week or two ago we were looking at possible peace, over in Europe, but now it seems like it's getting further and further apart again.
Again, look at the little freaks. You got that little Catson Macron. Does he have a that big, if he has one at all? With his fake little hair and a bad attitude, getting slapped by his wife? Yeah, that guy? We got to build up our military. Why don't you go over there and fight? All these people, all these politicians that build up the military, go over there and fight. No, we don't fight. We just send other people to go fight and die. I'm telling you, you said, what can you do? I launched a movement called Occupy Peace well over a decade ago. If the billionaires gave $1 billion to peace, we'd have peace tomorrow. Yep. You can't do it without money. And I'm telling you, I've never been more concerned about the future of the world than now. And I've been at this business now for 45 years.
Gerald, I want to touch on the economy a bit, with particularly jobs, because with what I'm hearing and reading and seeing, where, despite the intent to have jobs go to the United States, AI and robots they seem to look to replace human hands, and not always, but as an example, when it comes to manufacturing, let's say affordable clothing, I'm hearing AI and robots will produce clothing by the masses and bring down prices. And, Gerald, the point here being, even if jobs or companies return to the US, it doesn't mean employable jobs will. Am I right to say this?
Yes and no, in the sense that, first of all, with the robotics, what happened with the Industrial Revolution? People used to make the products by hand, right? And then you had the Industrial Revolution, and it changed the whole deal. But there was also the ups and downs. I'm up here in Kingston, New York. Kingston, New York, they used to have the shirt factories up here. Gant, a whole bunch of them. Then you had a guy like Bill Clinton. He moved NAFTA. Get the jobs out of America, bring them down to Mexico. You got cheap labor over there. Brought China into the World Trade Organization. Get the jobs out of here. And what happened? European and US manufacturers gave China all the high tech and heavy industry technology that they never had. And now China, take a look at the electric vehicle market. Who's leading it? Oh, BYD, Chinese. They didn't have it before. So yes and no about the jobs, because here's the deal. When America had the manufacturing jobs, it was a different country. I hear from like people in the restaurant business, they can't find any help. People don't want to work like they used to. It's a whole different world. They don't have the energy of what this country used to be. Once upon a time, most people around the world wanted to come to America. It's not the same place anymore. It's a whole different joint. And it's a freak show right over here. There used to be a circus called the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. They went out of business. You know why? You don't have to step right up, see the fat man, see the tattooed lady, see the lady with the beard. You don't have to pay to see them anymore. They're walking out in the street everywhere. All right? The whole country's gone down. They don't have the energy. It's been taken over by the bigs. When I was a young man, there were shoe stores, hardware stores, drug stores, stationery stores. Now they're all chains. The bigs own everything, and the people have these lousy jobs. I call us plantation workers of Slavelandia. So you're right, they don't have the energy to bring it back. But I also agree with the tariffs on what they mean. So it's it's a guessing game right now where it's going to go. But the jobs that are being created in manufacturing, it's not the same country. And by the way, they're not American. In other words, you have companies from Europe or China or wherever coming over here and opening up plants. They're not American plants. They're foreign plants opening up in America, which is very different. And going back to AI, trends are born, they grow, they mature, reach old age, and die. Again, some of my books, trend tracking, I've been at this a lot of years, far better than Megatrends, Time Magazine, Trends Journal, Trends 2000 rather, international bestseller. Trends are born, they grow, they mature, reach old age, and die. And no universities teach trend forecasting. They don't know how to do it. I'm mentioning this because AI trend is just born. It was only born in 2022. So AI, love it, hate it, want it, don't want it, makes no difference. It's the future. It's going to take over. The media is dead. Journalism is gone. Everything's becoming AI. It's going to be the future. There's no question about it. And most importantly, on the economic end, China is going to lead the world in it. And is going to be a dot-com bust 2.0 because they overinvested in these companies that were just when the AI was born. You don't invest everything in the first companies born. Here, going back to the facts. Tracking trends is making connections between different fields. I talked about Bill Clinton bringing China into the World Trade Organization. In the year 2000, 25 years ago, some 10% of Chinese 18-year-olds went to college. Once they got into the World Trade Organization now, almost 70% of 18-year-olds are going to college now. What does this have to do with AI? Everything. Young people are totally high-tech AI addicted. And China, very smart people there, they're not stupid. They're learning everything they can in AI, and you saw what happened with DeepSeek. That's out of the news now. Let's go back to January. Oh, NVIDIA's stock went down 17% in one day, wiped out $600 billion worth of value. Oh, DeepSeek. Oh, a Chinese company said, no, we don't need these big chips. Oh, and it didn't cost us $100 million to do it. It cost us $6 million. Oh, and now we're the most used AI in the world. Again, this is just beginning. China's going to take over the world in AI, and the future's AI. The whole world has changed. Everybody's on their phone. You go out, you see people eating, talking. Oh, you're really enjoying your food, aren't you? You go to bars, you used to hang out, everybody's on their phone now. It's walking down the street it's total different world.
Yeah, I agree. Fully agree with that. I understand even AI is looking to create profiles of people. It's looking to create so-called experts that journalists may be citing as experts and not really giving us the correct news.
I have to tell you, I mean, you get the Trends Journal. We call it like it is, and we say it like it is. So I asked my assistant, I said, the letter going to the subscribers each week. I asked him, put it in AI, see what they have to say. You know what they say?
Yeah.
Your language isn't proper, and you shouldn't say it like this. You should say it like that. How about go screw yourself? All right? That's what they're doing. They're taking over total control. And again, the young people are addicted to this. They just follow it along. They stop learning. So it's a whole different world coming up. That's if we have a world, because there's something very important. I said about how I'm heartbroken about the slaughter going on each day of the Palestinian people. I got to write about it every day. And now there's the Iran-Israel. If the United States and Israel attack Iran, it's going to be the beginning of the end of life on Earth. And here's why. There are 91 million Iranians, and there are 7 million Jewish people. Iran is very advanced scientifically, technologically, and militarily. They'll wipe out Israel. You can look it up. Israel says if they start losing, they have the Samson, S-A-M-S-O-N, Samson option. They go nuclear. And we go to nuclear war, will be the beginning of the end of life on Earth. You're not allowed to talk about peace. Tell me the country you're in, and tell me the media that have people on there talking about peace to stop this war. Nobody. Nobody anywhere.
I think we can see this thing coming. Definitely hope it doesn't come true. It's almost pointless to talk about tariffs or things like that at this point. But I just got to ask you here with U.S. and China meeting this week talking about tariffs. You think we're going to see more pullbacks and easings on the tough talk, or are we just going to continue to?
Yeah, they're going to be. Yeah, China. Numbers just came out, and China's exports to the United States just dropped 34%, almost 35%. And the imports going into China and America, I think they were down like 18%. So they're going to make a deal. And again, I've been at this again for 45 years, and we do top trends each year. And one of the top trends we've never done before was, we called it wild card. You don't know what's going to happen. And Trump is the wild card. I'm going to put 145% tariffs on China. Well, I changed my mind. I'm going to do a 25% tariffs on Mexico and Canada. I changed my mind. What do they call them? Taco, right?
Taco, yes.
Yeah. Trump
always chickens out.
Chickens out. Yeah. So you don't know. But I definitely believe they're going to make a deal.
If you were there, let's just say, what do you think are some of the non-negotiables for both countries?
You don't know which ones they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And here is the hypocrisy, by the way. I'm the same age as Trump. Trump got 5 draft deferments during the Vietnam War. Again, a little fat boy that loves war but can't fight his way out of a paper bag if they made one big enough. We got to stop those Vietnamese, because if those commies take over, they're going to take over all of Asia. That's the line they sold during the day. Domino theory. Okay. China is still very communist, as is Vietnam, rather. Vietnam is still total communist, still running it. They're our second. We import, other than China, number 2, more clothing, shoes, and furniture from Vietnam than any other country. Now, wait a minute. You told us we had to go to war against them because they were commies. Oh, no, that's all right. We're making a lot of money over here. Shut the hell up. We've got manufacturers there buying stuff cheap and bringing it over here and making more money. Same thing with China. And I'm mentioning this because they teach you how to hate Russia.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, they had us hiding under a desk in case an atom bomb went off, all right? China's a communist country. But you start wars against, when you call them communists, but doing business with them is okay. I mean, the hypocrisy is what I'm trying to point out. Again, we killed over 3.5 million Vietnamese, poisoned a place with Agent Orange. For what? For what? For lies. So anyway, you don't know where it's going to go. And again, we've been very bullish on gold. One of our top trends for 2024 was a golden year for gold. Gold went up almost 30%. And it's gone up again. And as we're speaking now, it's about $3,330 an ounce, down from its high at 3,350 or 3,500 rather, but still going up. And we could see gold hitting 4,000 this year. We could see silver going back to the $40 an ounce range. The whole world is very, very concerned about the geopolitical and socioeconomic instability. And that's why you're seeing the prices go up so much. Again, I've been at this a lot of years. Never, ever, ever have we seen such volatility.
Yeah, same. It's been a pretty volatile. Gold, especially the last year and a half, maybe 2 years. Silver is just really starting to catch a tailwind. But Jeff, again, the wild card, the uncertainties. Um, we've spoken a little bit about inflation. Federal Reserve is currently at about its 2% target rate. Where do you expect it to go? And if Trump and Powell are at ends, what do you think happens there?
All right, let's take the inflation numbers. When you look at Shadow Stats and look at their data, it's more than double what they're saying. Number two, and these are the facts, they're cutting back a lot of government jobs. And they're also doing this in the Labor Department, and the statistics are coming out, Commerce. They don't have the people out there doing the job. The inflation numbers are totally made up. There's no reality to them. Number two, about Trump and Powell. Let's go back to December 2018 when Trump was president.
Yeah.
The Dow had its worst December since the Great Depression, 1931. What did Trump do? He forced Powell to lower interest rates, which Powell did in January of 2019. It's one big club, and Trump is in charge. And just to show you the reality of it, let's go back to the Biden administration. Who was the Treasury Secretary? Oh, Miss Facha Brut. Janet Yellen, yeah. What was Janet Yellen's last job before she became Treasury Secretary? Oh, she was the head of the Federal Reserve. All right? It's one big club. Trump is in total charge of it, and he's pushing for lower interest rates. The lower interest rates go, the deeper the dollar falls. The deeper the dollar falls, the higher gold prices go up. Simple as that.
All right, last question here, Gerald. I know you got to head out soon. With things as uncertain as they are, what do we do?
Again, I do what I can with the magazine. We give people everything we can. There's no magazine like it. If anybody could look at the comments on YouTube, there's nothing like it. We give you geopolitical, economic, high-tech science, AI, technocracy, one field after another, over 200 pages a week. So we're doing everything we can to help the people. And what I tell everyone is get in the best shape you can, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. You're in the fight for your life. And do what you can to do something in a positive way to help humanity in any way that you can. There was this guy, Samuel Adams, one of the founding fathers. He said it does not take a majority to prevail, but rather an irate, tireless minority, keen on setting brush fires of freedom in the minds of men. And that irate, tireless minority has to unite. And again, I'm doing what I can with Occupy Peace. But again, that's one, we don't, if we had the money from Musk giving us $1 billion, we'd have peace tomorrow morning. The billionaires don't give anything for peace. Nothing. And to me, the other thing that'll change it is a renaissance. That happened after the Black Plague. Alle Romana et alle Antica, in the manner of the Romans and the ancients, they said, to describe the quality of the work that they were developing. We need a renaissance. We have to go back to the past when it was a higher time and bring up the spirit, culturally, spiritually, physically, mentally, in every way we can. So those are the ways I see it. But again, you can't do it without the dough. And like the Medicis, they made it happen the last time. The banksters of the day. And that's what we need, because facts don't mean anything to people. The majority doesn't have a clue what's going on.
Yeah, amen to that. Gerald, how can people follow you on social media and your website, trendsjournal.com?
With Gerald Celente, Celente, and that's on Twitter as well. We got banned, by the way, from TikTok because I had said that Ukraine will ramp up the war and do anything they can and attack deeper into Russia and possibly bomb nuclear power plants. For that, I got banned permanently.
Sad. Gerald, I know you got to head out. I want to thank you for your time. I hope we can do this again soon. Please be well. Continue to give them hell, peace, and common sense.
Thank you very much. Thank you for all you do, man.
Thank you, Gerald. Appreciate your time.
All right, man.
That was Gerald Celente sharing his views on the economy and the trends coming our way. To see more of Gerald's work, go to www.trendsjournal.com. If you like this video, please do subscribe, share, and give it a thumbs up. All are greatly appreciated. Audio-only versions of this interview can be found on iTunes and Spotify.